Just another video, so we're back on to the T2 Lola. We're back onto the little campervan. I've done a few little test spots just to see what the bodywork was like, and it's pretty good. This bit loaded with filler, but you know, and this bit as well. You can see how thick. I don't know if you can see how thick that is there. It's literally like 4 mil thick, 5 mil thick. But you know, she's 1978, so not exactly a spring chicken. Did a little bit of work, took some of the windows out just to look at the frame. So this was originally a van converted to a bus back in the 80s, 81 I think. And I think, well, you know, it is what it is. I do actually have complete new panels for this, which take in the rim, and the entire back section. So what we need to do really is get in there, take it all apart, strip the insides out, strip all the covers off, and we'll just see just how bad it is, because the metal itself, apart from a few little pieces, actually isn't that bad. So I'm wondering, see, it's just sitting in the headline in there, you see, where the moisture sits behind it and rots it from inside out. So I may not even use the full panel. It might just be that we can make these sections and repair these sections out, because the rest of it doesn't seem that bad. Other side is a bit worse, where it's sat against the gutter, I think, and the same again inside. You can see there where the moisture's just sat against it, just been trapped. This side will get a new panel in, I think, but we'll see. Again, we'll strip it out inside and we'll find out just how bad it is. And yeah, a lot of the bubbles that were on the bodywork seem to be actually from water getting in behind the filler. So the bodywork isn't as bad as it first appears. I've got a new section. I've got some new panels for arches, door bottoms, yeah, loads. So there's a front valance, crash bar, wings, front wings, rear. These are the window repair sections. So as you can see, you've got the ledge. Let's go and have a look. So it would kind of sit like that, you know. So it would sit kind of there. It'd be inside, obviously, welded in. So we're going to take this window out, probably take the doors off, seats out, and the internal lining is going to be coming out. Obviously, you can see there's more panels there. So there's steps, roof gutter rails. It's bad at the front. It's not too bad at the rest of it. There's a new front panel sitting up there. So the new front panel is going to go in, because this, yeah, I mean, you can see through a lot of this. So that's going to come out. And obviously we've got the front valance, because that's rotted out there. Really badly rotted out there. And we've got the entire front step for this side. So lots of cut and grind and welding, and then painting to do. So yeah, we'll probably just start ripping it apart and getting it ready for its next stage of life, I guess. Okay, goes on for this, I think. So we'll try to get these sliding windows out. So actually not that hard to do. There's a rubber seal there, which comes out. You see the water in there already, can't you? Great. But I mean, you can see there where the seal doesn't actually fit anymore, and it's all perished and rotted out. Move that, and there's the bottom seal there. So if we cut through there, try not to cut the bodywork, because just more work. And then just slice it. then once it's moving, the rest of it kind of comes. Yeah, you see there was, I don't even think that seal's been put in probably. But not to worry, it can all be fixed, it's only metal. Seal gone. Give it a little nip. And there we go, it just lifts out. Just give it a little pull from behind, a little push from behind. Push me, pull you, to me, to you, and all that. And then out that goes. I think these are quite expensive, and I actually quite like it. So that will go in the keep pile. So we can see the window at the minute, but so let's have a look. Yeah, actually much better than I expected, so that's a plus. Happy days. Okay, let's get some of this lying out inside, because I think that's holding water as well, and we'll be able to see what we're dealing with a bit more. Need to get the bed out as well. I'm just kind of letting this floor dry out because it was soaked with the rotten wood, but obviously it's all coming out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Should have some kind of biohazard mask on for this really, but who in the right mind puts curtain hooks in like that? Absolute maniacs. Look at that. Insane. Absolutely insane. But here we go. It's just holding the water. It's just holding the water, but people just don't know. Wow, actually quite happy with that. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Yeah. It's got a strengthened frame in there for the roof. Yeah, so I think we're going to have to change this section. It just looks a bit too far gone, doesn't it? And get that outer cover off, and then it may be that we just take a few little chunks out and remanufacture. Yeah, it can all be repaired. That bit there, these sections, I think that's the original the original work of whoever cut the window. Maybe that we make a new radius in there, making a few new bits and pieces for these, but just little sections, you know, little lip. I think someone's already done that there actually. Old repair. Welded on by my 5-year-old son, by the look of it. Not to worry. Yeah. Cool. Can all be fixed. It's only metal. Wow, it's in behind the seal. Track's all right. That bit's not. Yeah, upper sliding track. Wow. Okay. Upper sliding track cover. The rest of it looks okay. Upper sliding track. Yeah, we'll see if we can get one. If not, we can just make that piece. We can make that. That's easy enough. The rest of it's just surface corrosion, really. Cool. Yeah. Doors are solid. New seals. Nothing to worry about there. Might be worth getting these out. It might be worth getting those out. And then we'll do headliner. These little bulkheads can come out. Sliding door off. Bed out. All the panels out, obviously. And then we'll reassess again. Not great, not terrible. Yeah, just thought I'd bring it back. A little bit of a part-way update. Obviously doors are off, seats are out. Well, seats are in the back at the minute. You can probably tell by the remnants, we're kind of getting into it a bit now. Did find these. What's that? 7th of April 2011. Fantastic. Whatever that is. Yeah, take a break or something. Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, what we got? Cab floor, pretty solid there. A little bit of surface corrosion over there, and there's a slight hole where the accelerator stop is. So I think it's all kind of pooled and, you know, done its thing there. Wheel arch in the outer step, corroded. Front in it, there's been some repairs to these panels previously. You can see where the old wheel is, but that's not surprising, you know. 40 something years old. 40. Yeah, was it 45? So we're gonna have to get some repair patches for this, I think. But we'll see, because the next job is to get the front panel off. Well, windscreen out, front panel off. I took the front wheel off, just started that process, and the front bumper's off as well. The actual valance isn't that bad. It doesn't look that bad. There's been a repair there. Obviously, as you can see, someone's repaired that front edge next to the step, but it's been a water trap. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's an old bus. Unfortunately, on this side, the valance is absolutely knackered. I do have a new panel, a new valance, which could go in. I think when we get the front off, we'll assess it all then. It seems a shame to change that when it is, you know, the section there, and we've got the new front arch over in the pile of parts over there. As you can see, a bit, yeah, rusty. Also found a ladybird thing. Don't really know what that is, to be honest with you. Straight in the bin. There's the hole. I did pick around in there, made it worse, but you can see it's just where the accelerator stop is. Everything else is remarkably okay. Even the front lower, although it's got surface corrosion on it, seems pretty solid. I think we'll have a bit of a. I think we'll need a new upper panel, but we'll see when we get that out as well. So yeah, everything else is actually pretty solid. Random repair patch there. Don't know what that was destined for, but so yeah, obviously arch, which we knew about, we've got a new one. Closing panel there, which we knew about, we've got a new one. The front forward edge of the arch is gone, and that's gone into the sill as well underneath, so we'll have to close up the sill, if you can see that there. So we'll have to put a new panel in there, but that's fine, that's an easy panel. Underneath is remarkably sound. Chassis is pretty good. Our rigs have been done recently, and they look pretty good, so it might just be a case of cleaning all this up, you know, servicing mechanical parts, clean it up, maybe some kind of wrap liner or whatever. This window's out, obviously, as you can see, not too bad, not bad at all really. I do have repair panels for this as well, but it's remarkably good, except for, I think that was when they did the conversion, because you can see where it hasn't been, you can see where that hasn't really been cut properly, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Obviously this one we know about, that needs redoing, get this cover plate off. Rear arch, I do have a complete rear quarter, well, rear arch, but again it seems a shame to change the entire panel for this little bit. I'd like to try and keep as much of it as I can. It's done pretty well so far. This was some kind of, I guess this is something to do with the previous camper conversion, so I'll make a panel for that, close that back in. I don't think we need it. Yeah, everything else, I said before, isn't that bad. Obviously we need to get the roof off, and we'll assess that. I'll show you the front roof, actually, that's the worst bit. The rest of it is there or thereabouts. Trunk floor, very sound. This panel was full of silicone or rubber foam, and that's all rotted out, so we need to get a new closing panel in there as well. That's not too bad. Obviously the insides, as you can see, all of that liner has come out of the side, and despite my fears, is actually not too bad. Lower panel, yeah, not too bad though. Flat panel, pretty actually sound. Just going to need prep and painting. And get this bumper and tow bar off as well at some point shortly. Need to find some seat covers for those. Obviously all the seals and everything's going to come off. Doors and random mess over there at the minute, but not to worry. Floor in here, we'll tidy up and we'll patch what's needed patched or replace what needs replacing. It's not bad at all, not bad at all. Upper, I think I showed you previously, that's going to need some work, but you know, it's not really the end of the world. And again, delamination there, so once we get this roof off, which weighs a ton by the way, we'll be able to see a bit more what's going on in there. And this is going to be the worst bit for us, I think. I do have a plenishing hammer over there, so I'll probably end up shaping and making a panel to fit that. Yeah, it's not too bad. The inside's gone as well. I think I showed you before. The upper inner is out as well. So we'll get that headlining, but it looks like just like the windscreen surround. So I don't think we're going to have a problem. And yeah, front panel is, you know, how they are for us, unfortunately. And the front lower there. I've got the entire arch set up for this one, both sides. So it's not really an issue. And it's always the case that as you start looking and you dig in a bit more, you can kind of you always find more issues than you think. This side, I think what's happened here is this has had a repair previously. You can see some old welding there, and it's obviously pooled a bit of moisture in when it's been sat, and that's what's done for the step in the valance. I think is just a poor repair, or a, you know, an aged repair, and poor fit and seal, or seal's not quite correct, and we end up with this. But you know, it is what it is. We'll get through it. This side, upper gutter, sorry, panel is all right. So that profile there will mirror across the other side. Probably making you for this as well, just to be sure. New gutter, and away we go. I did have a look inside, and it doesn't look too bad. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I don't know if you'll be able to see over the top. No, probably not. It's a bit dark, isn't it? It's a bit, yeah, you can't see anything there. But once you lift the roof up, the actual material of the roof is solid, the metal work. So, and then, again, profile repair really. I'm gonna buzz these off. I've got new V-track for the holder anyway, so we'll take this off, assess this. I think it'll probably go again, to be honest, with the repair. Like I say, we'll try and keep as much of the bus as we can. Same on here. I think maybe obviously a new section here I think might be needed, but it isn't actually too bad internally. A bit soft there actually, so maybe a small section of that repair panel and some sections here, but not awful. Above the door, bits and pieces, but obviously as we take this all apart, we'll go through all that anyway.